Inspiring Philosophy's video, Are Miracles Even Possible?, attempts to refute an argument that was supposedly raised by David Hume. Unfortunately for IP, he ends up misrepresenting Hume's position, and as a result, attacks a straw man. In the following clip, IP uses select text from Of Miracles to incorrectly attribute an argument to Hume.
The philosopher David Hume was said to have settled this centuries ago in his essay Of Miracles, where he taught, "A miracle is a violation of the laws of nature, and as a firm and unalterable experience has established these laws, the proof against a miracle, from the very nature of the fact, is as entire as any argument from experience can possibly be imagined. It is a miracle that a dead man should come to life, because that has never been observed in any age or country. There must therefore be uniform experience against every miraculous event, otherwise the event would not merit the appellation." So basically he says, because miracles violate the laws of nature, and because the experience of ordinary history confirms this principle, therefore, because miracles are outside of our experience, which establishes the laws of nature, they are impossible.
IP then goes on to attack this weak argument. Now, anyone who's read Hume's Of Miracles will more than likely have alarm bells going off when hearing this representation of Hume, and more alarm bells should go off once C.S. Lewis is cited in order to refute Hume. IP constructs a straw man when he ascribes a metaphysical conclusion to Hume's argument, that is, that miracles are impossible. However, the actual thrust of Miracles is epistemic and not metaphysical. Hume is attempting to establish if it's reasonable or not to believe in miracle claims. He is not, as IP suggests, arguing that miracles are impossible, nor that we are not justified in believing in miracles because they are impossible. The metaphysical baggage IP saddles onto Hume is entirely unwarranted. Here is the Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy on Hume's Of Miracles. The key issue for Hume's critique of miracles is whether or not we have reason to believe, on the basis of testimony, that a law of nature has been violated. Hume's arguments lead to the conclusion that we never have reason to believe miracle reports as passed on to us. Further, it has been claimed that Hume denies the very possibility of miracles occurring. As it stands, this misrepresents his view. According to Hume, miracles are entirely possible in the sense that there is no absurdity or contradiction involved in suggesting that the laws of nature are violated. This is at least conceivable. Nor does Hume deny that rare, unusual, surprising, and wondrous events do actually occur. What really matters for assessing Hume's critique of miracles is to keep in mind that his primary aim is to discredit the actual historical miracle claims that are supposed to provide authority and credibility for the major established religions, most obviously Christianity. From this perspective, the central issue is not whether Hume is right in claiming that it is impossible for any miracle claim to be established as morally certain, i.e. proved, but if he is right in claiming that the historical miracle claims supporting the major religions, such as Christianity, pass this standard. It is Hume's judgment that when we weigh the relevant evidence and proportion our belief accordingly, we will find that these claims are wholly unbelievable. Later in the video, IP again grossly misrepresents Hume when he ascribes the following position to him.
Unless you do as Hume did, and assume all reports of miracles are lies, in order to say miracles do not happen. But that would be arguing in a circle. As C.S. Lewis said,
IP does not cite Hume directly when making this claim about his position, and if one reads Of Miracles, one will find a passage that contradicts IP's claim. Hume states, "When anyone tells me that he saw a dead man restored to life, I immediately consider with myself whether it be more probable that this person should either deceive or be deceived, or that the fact which he relates should really have happened. I weigh the one miracle against the other, and according to the superiority which I discover, I pronounce my decision, and always reject the greater miracle. If the falsehood of his testimony would be more miraculous than the event which he relates, then, and not till then, can he pretend to command my belief or opinion." This passage can be found at the very end of Part 1 of Hume's Of Miracles. The first sentence shows that Hume does not merely assume that those who report miracles are lying. Intentional deception is not the only explanation when accounting for miracle claims. Along with entertaining whether the miracle actually occurred, which further suggests that Hume does not rule out miracles a priori, Hume also entertains another option. Eyewitnesses of miracles could be deceived, perhaps by others or through a failure of the senses. With the example of Jesus' resurrection, we have apostles who have claimed that they witnessed a dead man come to life. Yet, on the other hand, we have far more numerous and repeatable testimony that attests to the opposite. Dead men do not rise from the dead. Both are supported by eyewitness testimony, but the latter has more testimony to support it. If we ought to proportion our beliefs to the evidence, then the limited eyewitness testimony for miracles is not enough to command our belief or opinion in their favor. This is, roughly stated, Hume's argument. Again, it is not that miracles are impossible. Lastly, IP takes umbrage at Hume's definition of miracles.
Another error is how Hume defines a miracle as a violation of natural law. This is extremely odd for two reasons. First being that theists have defined miracles long before Hume ever came onto the scene, and no one ever agreed that Hume's definition was the universally accepted definition. Long before Hume, Thomas Aquinas pointed out a miracle is an event beyond the powers of the natural order, not a violation of the natural order. Right before Hume, Samuel Clarke rightly pointed out a miracle is best defined as an effect produced contrary to the usual course or order of nature, by the unusual interposition of some intelligent being superior to men. This traditional understanding of a miracle better captures what a miracle is, because a miracle is when an agent outside of the natural world inserts or changes something in the system the natural world could not bring about through its own regularity.
IP is correct to say that Hume defines miracles as violations of the laws of nature. However, IP fails to give the complete definition provided by Hume. The expanded upon definition can be found in an endnote in An Inquiry Concerning Human Understanding. In this endnote, Hume defines a miracle as a transgression of a law of nature by particular volition of the deity or by the interposition of some invisible agent. Hume's expanded upon definition is hardly radical or even vastly different from the definitions that IP puts forth. So Hume should not be characterized as not directly addressing the more agreed upon definition of miracles. Just as we've seen with the previous critiques of Hume in this video, this one too fails to correctly identify and attack Hume's position.
But still possible within the quantum nature of the universe, and God could act on these possibilities if he wished so. Now regardless of this, there will still be some skeptics who wish to do as Hume did, and simply define miracles out of existence, and then boldly declare they cannot happen.
Angel, you keep up with this woo-woo shit, I'ma walk right through you.